Your enemies are already destroying themselves. You just keep interrupting the process. Welcome to Dark Stoic. Today, we explore how to make your enemies destroy themselves in silence, without lifting a finger, without saying a word, without ever revealing your strategy. You think you need to fight back? You think silence makes you weak? You think if you don't respond, they win. This is exactly why you keep losing. Every time you react, you hand them the very weapon they needed to destroy you. Your anger, your frustration, your desperate need to prove yourself right. These are not signs of strength. They are confessions of weakness. And your enemies know this. They are counting on your reaction. They need it to survive. The moment you stop feeding them, they begin to starve. Marcus Aurelius understood this truth over 2,000 years ago. As the most powerful man in the Roman Empire, he faced enemies everywhere. Senators who plotted against him, generals who questioned his authority, philosophers who mocked his beliefs. Yet he wrote in his private meditations, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." He never said, destroy your enemies. He never said, humiliate them publicly. He said, become so different, so elevated, so unreachable that their attacks become meaningless. This is the first principle of silent victory. You do not descend to their level, you ascend beyond their reach. Think about what happens when someone attacks you and you respond with fury. You have just told them exactly where your weakness lies. You have shown them the precise location of your wound. Now they know where to strike again. But when you respond with nothing, when your face reveals nothing, when your actions change nothing, they are left swinging at shadows. They begin to doubt themselves. Did their attack even land? Are they even relevant enough to hurt you? Seneca wrote, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." Your enemies operate on the same principle. They imagine their power over you. They believe their words carry weight. The moment you stop confirming their beliefs, their entire foundation crumbles. You have been trained to defend yourself. Society taught you that silence is submission. Your ego screams that you must respond, but here is what no one told you. Defense is a form of acknowledgement. When you defend, you validate the attack. You give it substance. You transform a meaningless accusation into a legitimate controversy. The truly powerful never defend. They never explain. They simply continue building while their enemies exhaust themselves attacking a fortress that feels nothing. Your silence is not weakness. It is the loudest statement of dominance you will ever make. Epictetus, born a slave, understood power better than most emperors. He taught his students, "It is not he who reviles or strikes you who insults you, but your opinion that these things are insulting." Read that again. The insult has no power until you decide it does. The attack has no impact until you grant it significance. You are the one who transforms meaningless noise into meaningful pain. This is where most people fail. They cannot separate the action from their reaction. Someone speaks against them, and they immediately feel the wound. But the Stoics taught a different path. Between the action and your response lies a space. In that space lives your freedom. In that space, you choose whether to be injured or to remain untouchable. Your enemies need your participation to complete their attack. Without your reaction, they are performers without an audience. They are warriors without a battlefield. They throw their spears into empty air and wonder why nothing falls. Now, understand the deeper strategy. When you stop reacting, something remarkable happens to your enemies. They escalate. They become louder, more desperate, more extreme. This is not a sign of their strength. This is the sound of their frustration. They are used to getting reactions. They have built their entire approach around your predictable responses. When you change, they do not know what to do. Marcus Aurelius observed human nature with surgical precision. He wrote, "How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? Watch your enemies when you refuse to engage. Their anger grows, their obsession deepens. They begin to make mistakes. They overreach. They reveal their true nature to everyone watching. You did nothing. They destroyed themselves. The people who hate you are already in prison. They are locked inside their own obsession with you. Every morning, they wake up thinking about you. Every night, they fall asleep planning against you. You occupy territory in their mind that you never even asked for. Meanwhile, you are free. You are building, you are growing, you are becoming someone they cannot touch. This is the ultimate victory. Not that you destroyed them, but that you became so powerful, their destruction became inevitable. They did it to themselves, while you simply lived your life. Seneca gave us perhaps the most powerful instruction for dealing with enemies. He said, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Notice he did not say suppression. He did not say denial. He said delay. When you delay your response, something shifts. The urgency fades. The emotion cools. You begin to see the situation with clarity instead of fury. And often you realize no response is needed at all. This is the mastery your enemies will never achieve. They are slaves to their impulses. They react instantly, emotionally, predictably, but you've trained yourself differently. You have built a space between stimulus and response. In that space, you are free. In that space, they have no power over you. Consider the long game. Your enemies are focused on today's battle. They want to wound you now, defeat you now, humiliate you now. But you are playing a different game entirely. You are building something that will outlast their attacks. You are becoming someone their criticisms cannot reach. Every day you spend improving yourself while they spend attacking you, the gap between you widens. Time is the silent killer of your enemies. Their attacks require constant energy. Their hatred demands daily fuel. But your growth is compound interest. Your improvement multiplies over months and years. Eventually, they look up and realize they have been standing still while you have been climbing. They have been tearing you down while you have been building an empire. And the worst part for them is this: they did it to themselves. You never had to lift a finger. Marcus Aurelius faced betrayal from his most trusted generals. Seneca was exiled by the very emperor he served. Epictetus was born into chains and walked with a permanent limp from his master's cruelty. Yet none of them sought revenge through violence or manipulation. They understood that the universe itself handles justice. They wrote, they taught, they lived with dignity. Their enemies are forgotten. Their names echo through eternity. You have the same choice before you now. You can spend your energy fighting battles that diminish you, or you can invest that same energy into becoming untouchable. You can waste your words defending yourself against accusations, or you can let your results speak so loudly that words become unnecessary. The path of silent victory requires discipline most people do not possess. It requires you to feel the urge to react and choose stillness instead. It requires you to watch attacks land and refuse to acknowledge the impact. It requires you to trust that time and truth are on your side, even when the present moment screams otherwise. But if you can master this path, you will discover something your enemies will never understand. True power does not need to announce itself. True strength does not need to prove itself. True victory does not need witnesses. You will move through the world as a force of nature, calm on the surface, unstoppable in your direction, and your enemies will destroy themselves trying to stop something that was never fighting them in the first place. That's all for today. Stay dark, stay stoic. See you in the next one.